Good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Ksa Talk Show. Today is October 3rd, 2019, Thursday, 9 o'clock a.m., San Francisco time, in sunny California. Welcome, welcome all. Welcome to the feast. So, what is today's topic? So, no topic. I'm just going to start talking random. So let's check out what I don't have a topic in mind, and let's check out what's going on. Oh yeah, so I have this keyboard I want to tell you about, guys. This is a new keyboard from Microsoft. Microsoft just came out with a new keyboard, so let me tell you about that. But before that, let me go about and see what are other topics. Okay. So let's go to my keyboard programming. Let's see what's interesting. The rise and fall of XML. That's the talk 2 days ago. And good morning, Matt. So Matt, you are from Germany, right? Do you have any topic? So 3 days ago, we were talking about the rise and fall of XML, and it turns out there is this article from this article. This article is from IETF. Okay, it's kind of like RFC, the organization that creates RFC. So they actually have a article that titles that the title is "The Harmful Consequences of Postle's Maxim." The abstract, it says John Postle's famous statement in RFC 1122 of "Be liberal in what you accept, be conservative in what you send" is a principle that has long guided the design of Internet protocols and implementations of those protocols. The posture this statement advocates might promote interoperability in the short term, but that short-term advantage is outweighed by negative consequences that affect the long-term maintenance of a protocol and its ecosystem. Yeah, that's what this article is saying, and totally. So that was about. So I talked about that a full hour video talk show, the rise and fall of XML. In fact, the realization of the harm of that maxim is is the reason that XML became so popular. Like back then, this is around 2002. Everyone understand it. They before that, everyone was for that maxim. But after that, around 2002, everyone is against. All the programmer hacker types. So that was significant. But today, after the talk show 2 days ago, I posted to Twitter, and you got people. I posted to Twitter and Mastodon, and you have people telling me, people they don't believe it. They think that's a great maxim. People. So this is like people forgetting history. So I don't know if they are there. They are my followers. So I asked them, were you there? Like they didn't watch the video, of course. I posted the video, and they didn't watch it. But they wanted to say immediately, no, that's a great maxim. That's that's a situation. And so what can you do? It's that's a problem. I've been talking about this topic for 20 years. You know, and I wrote several articles about it. It's very it's kind of painful to see this happen, because for 10 years in 1990s, people are quoting the maxim, be conservative in what you send, be liberal in what you accept. People were quoting that for 10 years. But then the hacker types, the programmers, who are talking on the internet, they realized this is completely wrong. So this began the movement, the rise of XML. For like for 10 years. So they realized this mistake. This mistake in believing this mantra, this maxim. But now, after another 10 years, I make a video about this story. I posted, and nobody nobody know a thing. In fact, immediately I got two people. One person from Twitter and one person from Mastodon saying that they like that maxim. This is the how to say. It's hurtful to see that. So good morning. So Matt says, let's talk about Microsoft keyboard. Yeah, let's do that. I'm currently debating with myself on buying a mechanical keyboard or ergo keyboard. Okay. Good morning, Green Deck. Good morning, Meowcat. I am did nothing wrong. Even the parrot said it was consequential. Good morning, Joss. Haven't seen you before. It's killing somebody. Uh, greetings. Good morning, Bartholomew. Meowcat, don't post controversial stuff. Okay, don't. Those words. You see these words here. Don't post controversial stuff, because that's Google is bad. This word and this word. You know what I'm saying, right? So okay, let's talk about the keyboard. Okay, so let's go to keyboard. And so Microsoft, they released a new keyboard. They invented, they made a new keyboard. This is not on sale yet. This is gonna be on sale, available on October 15th. And while writing this article, I realized it seems October is the time they release their keyboards. Like whenever they have a keyboard, it appears to me, because the other keyboards from Microsoft, I realized that, for example, this one, the Microsoft Surface ergonomic keyboard, also was released in October 2016. So they must have done market research that October is the best time to sell keyboards. Like maybe, yeah. These companies, like the date you release a hardware or software, they are all very calculated, so they maximize money, this market research. So anyway, Bartholomew says, can you explain how controversial words will worsen the publicity of your channel with citations? With citations? I can tell you my experience, in the past 20 years about that. Uh, but so the Microsoft, came out with this new keyboard. Now this one is wired. This is not wireless. Okay, so this is actually designed for desktop use. So there won't be key loggers bundled with it. Sorry to disappoint you, Meowcat. So anyway, so this keyboard, and they are quite. This is quite interesting in design. There are several significant design changes. For example, now you look at the left side. Look at the column, the key columns: Q, A, Z, W, S, X. Do you notice anything different? This is significant. Type it, okay. So that's significant. And so apparently they, like a traditional keyboard, even this one, for example, You see the QAZ, it's like rather uh, slanted. The keyboard fans say staggered layout. Q is to the right upper left of A. A is to the upper left of Z. So you see, there's this. Let me show you actually a more traditional keyboard. Let's see. Yeah, so you see, Q is about half to the left of A, and A is about half to the left of Z. So that's traditional keyboard. But on this new Microsoft keyboard, that got straightened out significantly. So this is a major step. This is a major step towards what we call the ortholinear layout. So for example, like this one, you see the columns are straight, like a vertical line. W, S, X, or Q, A, Z. It's a vertical straight line. When you make a keyboard, ergonomic keyboard, you have the choice. Either make it vertical aligned, like we call it grid. Like this, you usually call it a grid layout. Or for example, this one is most easy to see. You see, it's a grid or matrix. But however, when you make a keyboard like that, and same thing, like this one, and basically all of these. For example, this keyboard I/O, they have a vertical grid layout. Basically, when you make a keyboard like that, your users, your potential buyers, will be significantly less, like almost 10 times less. So you don't make, your buyers will be 10 times less. Why? Because people do not like to change habit. That's a thing. I mean, even something bad, people don't like to change habit. People, like if you get average people to use this keyboard, they will say this sucks. Okay, they will literally say that, including programmers, because first of all, they don't type that much. They don't want to change habit. That's it. That's from my experience of studying many things, including programming languages. Like if you have a new programming language, that's not using C syntax, people don't like it. People, even great programmers, they'll say, "Oh, this language sucks because it's not using the C syntax they are used to." This is true. The habit is such a strong part of human behavior. But so, anyways, but Microsoft did it. You see, they just went ahead and they created it. There's still some slant, but not that much. So and there's a precedence to this. Okay, let me show you another Microsoft innovation. When it comes to Microsoft, the Unix hacker types or the Linux types, they say Microsoft has no innovation, right? that's false. And they don't see it. So this is rather significant. Okay, from a major keyboard maker that deviates from the habit. That's a major innovation. But however, Microsoft has another keyboard that kind of pushed for these. Let me show you. Okay, so we would go to design, keyboard design, then we go to laptop keyboards, history of laptop keyboards. Okay, then this page is evolution of laptop keyboards. You can see the evolution of keys, where they go and how they disappear, things like that. So if we go down, this is IBM ThinkPad keyboard. This is Meowcat's favorite keyboard. So let's go down, and go down to the Microsoft Surface keyboard. This one, okay. This is the Microsoft Surface Book keyboard. Now you can see the number key. Okay, so you see the number key, one above the Q. It's about one third to the left of Q. But however, if you look at a normal keyboard, it's about half to the left of Q. So Microsoft, shifted the number row to the right, and that's a great change. That's an innovation. So that's about that. And also look at the Q. I think the Q, yeah, Microsoft. You see the Q above A key. This one is a traditional Dell keyboard. Q above A. Look at how much distance. It's about one third. One third. Q is one third to the left of A. But however, if you look at Microsoft, it's much less. You see, so Microsoft has been in the past few years, about in the past few years, they have been pushing for gradually, by this methodology of gradually changing the key column arrangement to a straight line. So that's a great innovation. So that's one of them. There is another great innovation um, that is look at the old key. Okay, you see the old key position is between the keys C and V. So it's slightly to the right of C key, A B C C key. You see the old key is slightly to the right of C key. But that's not the case. This is again another kind of major, I would say, innovation. They dare to do that. But if we look at the previous version of Microsoft Keyboard, you see the old key is to the left of C key. It's between X and C. Similarly for this one, you see it's between X and C. And also we can look at this one. You see the old key is between X and C. So I'm gonna tell you that the old key. So anyway, so this is Microsoft. So the latest version, they moved the old key even more to the right. That's good. Okay. If you look at a traditional keyboard, let's see. Let's go to a traditional keyboard, PC keyboard, traditional keyboard. It sucks. You see, the old key is even to the left of X. The old key is between Z and X. You see, so if you need to press the old key, you have to bend your thumb inward so much. So Microsoft made a improvement in their ergonomic keyboards. They made the old key between X and C. But now the latest version is even better. It's actually to the right of C. It's between C and V. So that's quite amazing. So these are the two great things about this keyboard. Then I also noticed a few things I don't really like. Okay, for example, the space bar, it becomes one giant key again. But however, it's not the case. They in the previous version, this scoped ergonomic keyboard, they split the space bar. This is much better. But they made it into one space bar again. This may be a problem. I don't know for sure because on this keyboard, on the Microsoft Natural Ergonomic 4000, it has a major problem with the spacebar. It's well known. Like if you go to Amazon and you look at the negative reviews, like 1-star reviews, most of them will say the spacebar is too stiff. It's so stiff. In fact, I used this keyboard for like 3 years. Eventually, I threw it away. The spacebar is too stiff. It's impossible. Like if you don't type that much, if you are average person, maybe that's fine. But if you type a lot, like I had several cases of repetitive strain injury. Every 3 or 4 years it come up. So eventually I cannot use the space bar. I try to fix it. I take it out. I try to maybe uh, break the stabilizer or something, it doesn't work. So eventually I threw it away. I went back to this one. This is an even earlier version. It has one single space bar, but it doesn't have the problem of too stiff. But the Microsoft 4000 have that problem. So I don't know if they fixed that. They must have, because it's a well-known problem. But anyway, they went back to one single space bar. So that's about it. That's what I have to say. That's my analysis of this keyboard. So Matt, do you have any questions about the keyboard? So let me read the comments. Bartholomew says, I just want to know because you seem super particular about controversies, even though my experience is that there are a lot of controversial channels. Bartholomew says that are super offensive and they keep growing and growing, which is good. Yeah, I know what you're saying. I totally understand what you're saying. The case of with me is, I guess I'm a bit more paranoid. Um, yeah, I'm a bit more paranoid. That's one reason. And also the other reason is because I don't have money, and right now I depend on Google Ads. Like I'm depending on Google Ads for survival. So I don't want, so you have more fear. That's the thing. If you are financially secure, you don't have that problem. I mean, the if there's some, that's the thing about human, about fear. Okay, let me talk about this. This is a very interesting topic. Fear. Fear is a human emotion. So you know I mentioned this before because I'm a schizoid personality, right? I did a video on personality disorders. Uh, on YouTube, you can search it. Just search for Sadi personality disorder. So I'm a schizoid, which means I'm a loner type of personality. I do everything alone. In general, I don't make friends. Like in my life, I don't make friends. Well, I have friends, but they are like you guys. We are what normal people say, platonic friends. It's I get the situation. Most people know me friends, but we become formal. Like we like when they talk to me, they become formal. Like thank you very much, and all polite. That's the way I am. Okay, it's not nothing. It's not like I'm trying to be that way or something. So anyway, so I'm a schizoid personality. I'm kind of formal. I'm kind of almost like robotic. Like in some way, it's like Mr. Data in science fiction, Star Trek, or or Spock. The Vulcan Spock. The logic guy. So in some way, I'm kind of like that. I don't get emotions. Okay, I don't want. Again, it's not I want or not. It's just that I happen to be that way. It's not like I decide that I don't want to. It's not like that. It just happened to be that way. So as a schizoid, and also because my background, my parents and the way I grew up and things like that, I always wanted to be. I always thought that I want to train myself to be a robot. So like Mr. Data or Mr. Spock. I'm not just owned naturally that way, but I also want to be that way, like 100%. I want to be a machine. I want to be like 100% in control. Like exactly everything is go by logic. Everything has to go through logic. So I train myself to be kind of like that. At least when I was younger. Okay, I don't really try to do that for the past 10 years, but at least in my 20s, in my 30s, I've been trying to do that. Like everything I train, for example, food. Like when it comes to food, you eat whatever you like. Maybe you don't like broccoli, right? Usually you don't like broccoli, you don't like healthy food, you just like spaghetti or pasta or whatever junk food. But to me, so I mean, you like things that are delicious. So but I have the thought, in my younger years, I always have the thought, I want to train, like, I want to eliminate, I want to eliminate the human desire of tasting something that's good. When you eat something that tastes good, you want it more. You right? Yeah, I want to eat this food because this is tasty. That is not tasty. Just bread, dry bread, and cup of milk. That's not tasty. I don't want that. Most people they want something delicious, Chinese food or Italian or Korean, Indian, whatever. That's cooked in restaurant, gourmet. But to me, because I have this rationality, logic kind of obsession. So to me, when I look at this situation, I am thinking, okay, I should be you know, what I should want is that I want only something that's healthy. I don't. I should not care about anything else. I should like 100% eliminate the inherent human desire for going for something that tasty. So I have that such kind of thing going on with me, at least when I was younger. So that's the thing. So why are we talking about this? The reason we so back to the um, back to the censorship thing. I uh, I forgot at moment why did I start to talk about that? But anyway, so there's a reason. But I went to elaborate, and so I forgot the connection. So we were talking about why am I so? It seems I'm sensitive about Google censorship. I don't want to be banned. Oh, fear. Okay, back to the topic, fear. Yeah, so we were talking about why am I sensitive about swearing or talking about controversial stuff on YouTube, because I'm so much. It seems there's too much fear of Google censoring me. So from that, I wanted to talk about the fear, the concept of fear, human, which is one of the fundamental human emotion, fear. So I have this schizoid personality and have this kind of obsession towards logic, towards being a machine. Because I used to think human is just you should be able to train yourself to become just like a machine without emotion whatsoever. And it turns out I'm totally wrong about that. Humans are not machines, and it's impossible. It is impossible to doesn't matter how hard you try. Humans are just not machines. You cannot train yourself to be a machine. In other words, when it comes to emotion, it is impossible. Okay, it is impossible to train yourself to such a state that you eliminate all emotion. That is impossible unless you have some brain damage. So it ties to your brain, your neurons. It is impossible to eliminate emotion unless you have a doctor take out part of your brain or something like that. So when it comes to fear, I always have this thought. I want to be someone who are able to not have any fear at all. Like I said, goes by logic, like Mr. Spock, or Mr. Data. No emotion, whatever. It doesn't affect me. Like you can swear at me, you can do whatever. As long as you don't punch me physically, I don't care. That's what that's my ideal. That's kind of what I was thinking. But it turns out impossible. You can see some of these characteristics shown in movies. For example, well, Mr. Data and Mr. Spock are two examples in sci-fi. Why do they show that? Because this aspect being a human without emotion is very interesting. That's why a lot of people, nerds like us, like like Mr. Data or Mr. Spock. Or there's a movie, Dr. Hannibal Lecter. You guys know that movie, right? The Red Dragon, Silence of the Lamp. So there's this, character, Dr. Lecter, Hannibal Lecter. Okay, he is this serial killer, very very talented, very knowledgeable, and he doesn't he is in full control of his emotions. Even if he's doing something, like his heartbeat do not go up. Okay, that's movie, that's fiction. But when I see that, that's something, I thought that's something I would like to have. I would like to have that. Anyway, that's one example. That's another example. So we have Mr. Data, we have Mr. Spock, we have Dr. Hannibal Lecter. That's another example in movies. There's more. There's another movie. I don't remember the name, but anyway, I think you get a point. There are quite a few movies where there's this character who don't have emotions, and because of that, they are able to. This is critical. Like if you are a human, right? Of course, you guys are. We are all humans. If you can eliminate emotion, that in some sense that gives you tremendous power, because you can lie, you don't have fear. I mean, just this aspect, when you do not have fear, just this aspect alone, when you do not have fear, you have significant power. But also, meanwhile, I think there's also, it's possible, I mean, in reality, if you truly have a human animal who does not have fear, I think there are also a lot, it may have a life-threatening disadvantages. Okay, that's what I think. Because when we think about fantasies, we don't usually think about the negative consequences. We only think of the positive consequences. So we have fantasy about, a person who do not have emotions at all. But it is my guess. Okay, I haven't really thought about this. It is my guess that when you actually, if you actually do not have emotions at all, then it's possible that might be a life-threatening issue. It affects your survival. It possibly, I don't know for sure. But anyway, so anyway, that's some of the characters in fantasy, in science, in movies, where you have a character who don't have emotion. So I always wanted to do that, fear. And what I learned is that it's impossible. Okay, why is it impossible? For example, let's say you go to gamble. Uh, you go to a casino, in California, in Nevada, in some places in USA, in Hong Kong, in other countries, you can gamble, right? Now, suppose you are a person, yes, me, okay. I've tried this, okay. So me, there are a lot of movies that plays blackjack, okay. Was it blackjack or some kind of other card game where, in James Bond movies, you see that in James Bond movies. What is that game called? Anyone type it. Bartholomew, where a game you have to rely heavily on the ability to have a poker face. Poker, yeah, I guess it's called poker. So this game, the card game, poker, where the key to winning a game is the ability to lie. The ability to lie and not let your opponent know it. Okay. So, even if you have the worst card at your hand, you can how they say, fake or brag, or you pretend this is the winning hand. You put all your money down, such that you scare off the opponent, then you win. So this game relies on the ability of no emotions. It's kind of like that. So when you have no fear, you can win this game. uh, so 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 but I realized that when the stake when there are more stakes, then the more fear you will have, just like a normal person. I realize that when the stake is low, for example, if you are betting for $10, that doesn't matter. Okay, you can pretend, you can pretend that you can do well, pretending you have, lie. You can do well lying. But however, if the stake is all your life savings, then you immediately I can you I know this because I am trying. This is what I have been trying to do, in half of my life. I realize that when the stakes are high, the fear becomes proportionally high. You cannot, you cannot pretend you are just a machine or something. It's kind of inherent. Okay, so okay, that's about fear. So the reason I'm talking about fear is about my kind of worry about Google censoring me, because I'm relying on their Google ads. But you are right. You are right. I think and there are other people who told me. By the way, Bartholomew, are you on Twitter, or how do I like contact you? I know you sent me an email, so I think that's you. But so if do you have a Twitter, I can talk to you or something. So, anyways, there are people who told me, yeah, I'm too paranoid, because I know there are quite a few YouTubers. They are famous for doing controversial stuff like anti-social justice. In fact, that's how they thrive. In fact, that's how they thrive. They become, I'm wondering if I should do that. From now on, I'm just going to focus on the social justice things, and then it's possible you'll get a lot followers. But these people, most of them are idiots. Okay, to me, yeah. Okay, this is my uh, this is my deviation about. For example, I know a lot of these people. They have no substance. Okay, they are kind of like just trash. This millennial, typically millennial generation, they are just trash. They are, for example, let me show. This is, let's talk about YouTube today. We talk about non-technical stuff. Let's talk about YouTube. For example, there's this girl, shoe on head. She's focus is anti-social justice. that's what she's been doing for 10 years, and she's actually funny. I enjoy some of her videos. I like her. I like any YouTube channel that's anti-social justice. Okay, I support them. But however, on a different aspect, these people, the teenager, typically they are young people. Their video, like they have no substance whatsoever. Like they have no substance. Let me try to find them. Okay. So Milo is this guy Milo is very smart. Okay, very quick, but again, no substance. No substance. He's just flashy, and be able to talk fast, unlike me. Okay, talk fast, use the right words, and talk very fast and respond very fast. That's a key. Like, like news anchors, and this type of people. One of the skill that's required is for you to respond to questions, or debate. Respond to attacks in a smooth way and fast. Okay, I'm trying to find some of the accounts. God, Team Cast and Team Pool has become so bad. Team Cast has become this who is trying to use drama to make money every day. He's Team Cast. Team Cast is someone I respect because he's fairly reasonable. Okay, he has two accounts on YouTube, actually more than two. He also have another account called Subversion. Okay, so Timcast, his name is, Tim Pool. He has another account called Timcast. Very confusing. Totally confusing. And what he do is he's a commentator about news. And typically, and for the past year, he was a independent journalist. But for the past 1 year, what he do every day is he talk about drama. Like me. Okay, I mean, sitting in front of a computer like me. But then he pull up some news articles and he just talk about that for 10 minutes. And he's beginning to make 5 videos a day, every day, 5 videos. So he just pull up articles. Before that, before this year, before, the past year, he used to go out, actual do journalism. Go out to the street, fly to another country, film protesters, things like that. Then he make a video. From 2016 to 2018. Okay, he's doing that. So that's how I learned. I learned about Team Pool in the from 2016 or 2017. So I gradually started to watch his videos almost every day. But in the past year, he stopped doing that. He stopped doing actual journalism. What he do is that every day he just pull up news articles and he read about it, and he's unschooled idiot. Okay, he's kind of a brainless idiot. Why do I say that? I mean, first of all, he is unschooled, meaning that he doesn't have a degree. He doesn't have a college degree. He does not even have a high school degree. I mean, he talked about that often. Not having a degree is fine. I don't have a degree neither. I don't have a college degree. All I have is a GED, which is kind of an exam you take in USA, so that once you pass the exam, GED, that means you have equivalent to a high school degree. So I did that back in 1991. I passed in 1990s or 1990 or 91. I passed GED, so I have kind of a high school degree. So anyway, Tim Cast, he don't have a degree. That's fine. A lot of genius, they don't have a degree. Like college dropout, and Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, and a lot of programmers. Also, a lot of programmers. You don't have a degree. That's fine. But however, Tim Cast is someone. He don't have a degree. That's fine. Okay, but also he's a bullish. He's the opposite of intellectual. So he don't know nothing. He don't know about philosophy, about history. He don't know. But that's okay. That's okay too. But he is such a person that he don't learn. He don't care. Like he don't learn anything about those topics. Like it doesn't interest him. Yeah. Yeah, I guess because judging from what he's been doing, from all the talks I talk about, I saw him. He's not interested. So basically, he's unlearned, unknowledgeable, not knowledgeable, like very poor knowledge, and also idiot, kind of like idiot, not. But I mean, so what is positive? So but he is obviously he is someone who is very capable at talking to people, as a normal person, not in academia, for example, but outside of academia, doing journalism, for example, he's great. Okay, but when you talk about news, sometimes you have to know history, right? Especially U.S. politics. You have to know, like, if you really want to go into that direction. I mean, or you can just do journalism, like just report. Okay, shut up. Don't give opinions. Just if you are, just do news. Okay, that's all fine. Just talk about news. But he's not like that. He doesn't know nothing. He's like idiotic. But every day in his videos, he waxing his own philosophy for for half of the video. I get so annoyed because he's churning out five videos a day, reporting on the like almost sometimes unimportant drama, like social justice, who is doing what to whom for the past year every day. But every time he do that, he doesn't just report the news. I mean, if he just report, oh, today, Louis C.K. something, and tomorrow Trump Ukraine scandal, okay, he just reported. That's fine. I don't mind. I watch for 5 minutes or 10 minutes video. I don't mind. But in every day in every of his video, he mix the reporting with his opinions, like he and repetitively, like, oh, I'm a centralist. This is the thing what he does. He like to insist he's a centralist, or like Jesus, he's an idiot. Okay, so I get very annoyed about the team cast, and also starting this year, starting about half a year ago, in every of his video, he's trying to, oh, please donate to me, every video for 1 minute. He's Tim Pool is not Tim Cast. Tim Pool is not a greedy guy. I know. Okay, he's very reasonable. However, he's one of the YouTube stars. He's got among his channels, he's got 1 million, more than 1 million subscribers. So you make quite a lot of money, Tim Pool. Okay, shut the fuck up about, YouTube is censoring me. Therefore I'm making 5 videos a day. Shut the fuck up. And every time he do a live show, like right now I'm doing live, you see his chat fly by. Like so many people typing chats, you can't even read them. And every minute, jung jung, there's like $5 donation every minute. Every minute, don't $20 donation, and after 3 minutes, don't $50 donation. What the fuck? But he think he is, some, not making money. He's making too much money and too many followers, and he's like complaining and repeating. So anyway, so I'm starting to have rather negative view about Tim Cass. He should shut the fuck up. I support Tim Pool, Tim Cass, because he's fighting the social justice scam. I mean, he's doing things that I consider reasonable, because because he became very popular now. More than 1 million followers, and also so a lot of the social justice extremists, the Antifa, they are attacking Tim Pool. They are trying to disrupt or dox him, things like that. So I do support Tim Pool, but the way he's doing his videos is becomes he has become he always one of his theme in his video talk is that he criticized those mainstream media. Most of them are leftist mainstream media. They just churn out fake news or clickbaits or dramatic stuff to make money. They clickbaits, add money. In fact, that's exactly what Tim Pool is doing in the past 1 year. Okay, in the past 1 year, that's exactly what he's doing. He churn out these dramatic videos, and he keeps repeating he's this centralist fair person, repeating it, nothing new, and no substance. These young people. Anyway, that's about my take of Tim Cast. Okay, I support him, but I got completely turned off by his video in past year. So since about 4 months ago, I kind of stopped watching any of his video, because I cannot tolerate it. I'm still subscribed, so every day I see, whenever he posts a video, I see it. Like there you go, Tim Pool, guy fired for making OK sign in photo, was playing circle game, accused of hate symbol. He's frying drama for money. Just like the mainstream media he's criticizing. Tim Pool. Uh, I get turned off. Okay, but I was going to talk about these YouTube stars, millennial generation. Typically, they are all millennial generation. Milo, Tim Pool, and Shoe on Head. Let's look at their. Let's just quickly open their channel. Okay, there are a few people I want to show you. Am I still alive, guys? Okay. Oh yeah, so many comments. Let me. I need to get. Do I watch any gaming channels? Not really, because you need to play games, or you need to be able. I can't. I don't have money to buy games, so I don't have computers. So, um, but I think I am still alive. Okay, that's good. I want to show you. Let me get this something I want to finish talking. Where is Shoe on Head when you need her? Shoe on Head is also another very popular uh, anti-social justice channel. There it is. Google. Oh God. Okay, and let me show you another one called Roaming Millennials. Lauren Chen is another idiot. Okay, I kind of started to really. I find them. Um, Lauren Chen. Okay, L. Let's go by alphabet. Okay, let me just talk about these two person. Okay, Kim Iversen. This girl, this woman, I respect. You should watch her. Okay, let me show you some of these person. Okay, now Shu On Head is a YouTube star. She's the earliest YouTube star back in 2000s. I mean, many of these are YouTube stars. They all are. So she's got 1.2 million followers. Okay, she's a millennial generation, young people basically. They don't so they become YouTube stars. They make a lot of money, like a million, something like that a year or more. So, but she's pretty funny. Okay. By the way, first of all, I like them all. Many of them are anti-social justice. I like them, and many but in general, I find them. For example, I find them have no substance. Okay. So anyway, Shu on Head, I like her. Okay, and she's quite funny. I watch her sometimes, like once a month or once every 2 months. I watch her videos, but they have no substance. Like they talk about, okay, Shu on Head, she talk about she's basically anti-social justice, this feminism stuff, those kind of thing. And some of the her stuff is very funny, but no substance. That's my point. So I'm kind of into intellectual, philosophical, or history, things like that. You have some substance. I want to understand why it happens, things like that. On the other hand, these young people, they talk about, they don't have things, they just like they don't have things. They don't have, substance. And okay, Lauren, let me talk about this girl. Lauren Chen. Apparently, she's pretty. First of all, she's hot. She's hot. Okay, and she is a new YouTube star. Okay, she only have 400,000 followers. Not even. Okay, 379,000 followers. She she rose up in the past 1 year or two, and her channel is about anti-social justice. Basically against the extreme left ideas like feminism and stuff. The LGBTQ trans stuff. And these days you can become a YouTube star by talking about these things. Actually, maybe I should do that. Make a 10-minute video a day. I could do that. I could. I can see myself become a YouTube star doing that with and my channel will be with some substance at least. Okay, not like there. But anyway, so So yeah, you are talking about anti-social justice. Lauren Chen. Apparently, she is a Chinese uh, skin. I mean, Chinese blood. Okay, she has some Asian. I think she's China. I looked up. I forgot where, but I think I forgot. Anyway, she's half Chinese or something. But she has no substance. This is like an idiot. Okay, you listen to her talk about she's like kind of like Tim Pool. Frying drama, like whatever is on the news today. For example, 2 days ago, you have this Greta girl, Greta, another idiot, on the news. So you talk about it, you give your opinions, but no substance. Like these people, the millennial fucks, something wrong with the millennial generation, truly. So on one hand, you have the social justice. On the other side is the 4chan people, memes. Memes and the Trump fog, every day is like clowns, memes, no substance. What the fuck is millennial? Something went wrong with the millennial generation. Too much internet and gaming. Okay, yeah, exactly. One of the reason people, for women on the YouTube, you being pretty is significant reason you become popular. It's very significant. Actually, that applies to guys as well. If you are, handsome, you like the Canadian Justin Trudeau, you that's a asset. That's a very significant. I talked about this a few times. If you study psychology, that's a significant um, asset to be a kind of a leader, or a star or cult leader. For example, the several cult leaders, they are also good looking. Also several priests who become very popular. Make scams. They are priests for Christian church. For certain designation. Who usually you if you are handsome, you can cheat a lot of money. Anyway, especially for girls, especially if you are pretty and young, you become very popular. So anyway, so Lauren Chen, I watched her stuff. Several. I watched many. She has no substance. Like wait, just shut the fuck up. This millennial generation stars. There are quite a few examples. Let me talk about another one. Okay, Lassie Green. Lassie Green. Okay, now you guys may know her because she is one of the early YouTube stars. Lassie Green is kind of the same generation as Shuang Head. They became popular back in 2000s when YouTube began. So let me pull up her video. Oh, I didn't. I'm not. I wasn't subscribed to her. So anyway, Lassie Green. Okay. Oh, blonde Betty the Beast. She is another. This girl only 130 followers. She's another kind of talking about the social justice issues. She's not bad. Okay, she give her honest opinions. Unlike another thing about these YouTube stars, like hold on. Another thing about these like Lauren Chen, what they do, yeah, like especially about Lauren Chen, what they do is that first of all they have no substance, right? But however, they are here, they are on YouTube, not really because they have they feel unjust. They want better society. They talk about social justice issues. That's not like that. The reason they are on YouTube is to make money. These fucking people. They are here to one way you can tell. Just look at the way her videos. Like everyone every one of her video is got clickbait. It's got very customized icon. You see the clowns. It's clickbait. It designed so that you make more money. You get people to click, watch it, subscribe. Every video she will say, subscribe, please subscribe with me, and make sure you click that subscribe and bell button, and that help me out. They have a way to say it smoothly, just like the fucking Google. Okay, like the fucking Google always have nice, uh, whenever there's some issue or from their blog, we always care about our customers. Our goal is to help humanity to spread information for everyone. So it's the same thing the way she do it. Please subscribe. Things like that. So anyway, no substance. That's all all my criticism about her. Not okay. It's not about, I don't, she's I think she's good person, and I think nothing wrong with making money, and I support her channel. Even I don't, I find it bad, but I support her because she's anti-social justice gun. Okay, because I think the social justice gun, the my judgment of them is that they are kind of, they are like criminals. Okay, they must be, they are criminals. So whoever are anti-social justice, I support them. So anyway, that's my opinion about Lauren Chen. The other one I want to show you is Laci Green. Okay, I wasn't subscribed to Laci Green, but you can go to her channel, and many of you know her. Okay, she is, again, she's an early YouTube star beginning in 2000, when YouTube began. And what she talk about, she's got 1.4 million subscribers. Her channel is about sex education. Okay, she talks about female, you know you know okay, I'm not going to talk about what she talks about, but anyway, sex related stuff, sex education, your body, female body, or sometimes male, or dildos. She talks about that, how to use it, things like that. I know her since maybe 2008, something like one. Now and then I saw her videos, and let me tell you what, if you add, she has got no substance. Okay, these millennial generations, YouTube stars, they have no substance. Yeah, you talk about sex, education stuff, your body, but but these people, like, they don't actually, they are not doctors. They don't know the history. For example, she cannot. For example, on the topic of sexual education, if you are an academic, a scholar, okay, you should be able to tell. For example, I want to know the sexual knowledge throughout humanity. I want to know the American Indian history, what of their sexual education. So back in, let's say, 1700 or 1500, American Indians, what do they know about sex? What is their sex life like? I want to know China. Let's say in year 1000, what do Chinese people do about sex? What do they know? What is their sexual education like? That's what I want to know. I want to know, let's say, Africa. Let's say year, 1300. What do they do there? Or let's change your topic. Okay, do. So I want, give, in 5 minutes, in your 10 minutes video, can you tell me? I want to know gays. Okay, homosexuals. Can you give me a survey, like in 10 minutes? Great video. Give me a survey of gay in which part of a country, of the earth, on earth, from 2000 years ago to today. Can you give me a survey where are gays, homosexual, allowed or tolerated, or thriving? Where it's not thriving? And over the past 2000 years, I want to know. So what happens, which, maybe you can draw a map or something. People do videos, right? That's good. So tell me that she has nothing like that. Okay, no substance. Like, go fuck yourself. This millennial generation. What she talk about? you can read on Wikipedia. Okay, beginning around 2000, you started to have more and more sexual stuff on internet. Like her, she's, you could say she's a leader, a pioneer of talking about sex on internet. But she doesn't know nothing. Like what she knows is like she just read the internet. You just read the internet and rephrase and summarize it for you. No, and okay, so let's see. Let's say I want to know another topic. I want to know human anatomy. Okay, now don't just tell me how women's body works. Okay, how they looks like, or how what parts, human female, okay, or male. Okay, I know how it looks like. Okay, I know what are the parts. I can go to the internet. Okay, I want to know, for example, how they work, how does the blood flow, what, nerve systems, how they, like, be a physiologist, be a biologist, or study 4 years biology and tell me something about that with respect to sex or with the lens of sexual kind of thing. She can't, so she does nothing like that. So that's why I say, all these YouTube stars, they have like no substance, like these people, millennial generation, go shut the fuck up, this millennial generation. And then Bartholomew asked me, have I watched, gamers? No, I haven't actually. I don't play games. I like to, but I don't, due to my financial, my life reasons. I don't have games. I haven't been playing. But I'm interested in gaming because I'm a gamer. I'm a classic gamer. I'm the type of person who would play a game without eating or sleep until I finish the game. So I would play, 16 hours, 20 hours a day. Sleep, wake up, immediately go back to the game, play. Do that for 16 hours, sleep, immediately go back until I finish the level or the whole game. This happened with me often. Whenever I start to play a game, this will happen. Okay, so I'm that type. I'm very much the gamer type, far more than a lot of you today's gamers. But I haven't played today's games. The 3D games. I really like to. But anyway, so I've checked out. I want to know what's going on YouTube. So I have happened to look into some of the gamer stars. There are quite a few today. Gaming YouTube gamer stars. They just talk about games all day. Oh yeah, the most famous one. What's his name? The most famous YouTube with the most number of subscribers. What's his name? That guy in Switzerland. Or by the way, mention it. Okay, what's that guy's name? Who is basically he's got like 10 million subscribers, or was it 100 million? The most number of followers. Yeah, PewDiePie. Okay, that's his name. Another thing about these millennials, they got these names, idiots. Okay, PewDiePie. Okay, he's the top one. He's. Let me. I can talk about him. Okay, from Sweden. Yes. So he's one of them. He's the most popular. Okay, 10 million, or was it 100 million subscribers? And also there are quite a few others I've seen. They have become they have PewDiePie is a I'm not sure it's billion. No, not billion yet. But he make tens of millions. He make a million, 1 million 1 month. My God, these people, you can become so rich, 1 million 1 month. You can. So anyway, PewDiePie, and also other gamers, and also Laci Green, around year 2018 or 2017. She met a YouTube star, another YouTube star, a millennial, a young guy who is a gamer, also a YouTuber. He does games. His name is Reagan, something Reagan. Okay, fucking idiot names. These millennial idiots, Reagan. So I watched, Reagan. Because I'm curious. I'm the type. I want to survey what's going on YouTube. What kind of thing people are doing. With respect to humanity. Like in this year, 2018, in this era, what does young people are doing? There's this thing technology called YouTube, what do human animals do on on this technology? That's kind of my direction, my perspective. So I looked into the PewDiePie. I looked into why he become famous, and Reagan, the Lassie Green uh, boyfriend. So I look into, they have nothing. Like, let's, for example, PewDiePie. That's a, we can look into, for example, PewDiePie. This got nothing. These fucking idiots, these millennial idiots, they got nothing. They memes. Yeah, oh yeah, memes. Fucking memes. They just talk about memes and make funny gestures and fucking you're gonna kill yourself. The idiots. And they become popular. They become popular because, well, that means they have millions of followers. So who follow them? Of course, millennials. So the millennial generation, for some reason, they become, there's something wrong. I absolutely think that they they don't care about nothing anymore. They don't care about knowledge. They don't have aspiration. They don't care. Like, life to them, it has no meaning. It's like you just sit there, you play games, you laugh a bit at memes. Oh yeah, you want to know what's the memes, and then you play games. Then you follow PewDiePie. Every day is like idiots, no substance. This millennial generation, so half of them are millennials. I mean, half of them becomes the social justice gan. They are angry about everything. Oh, women, women got wrong. Half of them is like that. The other half is the memes, the gamers, the pew pie pie, whatever. What the fuck, you guys? I'm sorry. Probably many of you, are gamers or young. I'm so anyway. That's my opinion. Okay. So in some sense, okay, from another perspective, you could say actually this is how humanity, human animal, the culture moves. So I'm kind of old. So I'm kind of so you could say, so it's a generation gap. So it's not necessarily true that the millennials are idiots. Okay, so in other words, I'm just old. That's another way. So this millennial generation, they just move in that direction. Then maybe that's how the future of humanity. It's that way. Most people, young people, are like, it's a fact. Most young people today, 20 something, or teenagers in USA or white nations, for example, you believe a lot of the social justice things, and you are majority. So I'm minority. You guys, that so you could say that. So anyway, these people, like, no substance. I get really I'm pew pie. Okay, I get really annoyed, piss me off. I watched a few PewDiePie videos. It's really the most intolerable possible. I don't want to spend like a minute. I've watched many, let's say 10. I've watched at least 10 of his videos. Not actually, not 10, 5. I've seen enough. It's everyone is like that. It's no substance. He doesn't. I mean, or maybe he can show you a game from start to finish. He played well, something like that. But it's not like that. He's just these guys are just like memes and fuck whatnot. So I don't get I don't get this mindset. That's not for me. Okay, at least that's not for me. Okay, these millennial idiots. They are just truly they just idiots. These pipe and they become 100 million subscribers. So who are they? 100 million. So you have 100 millions um, people who are kind of who find it fun. And also, so I have actually looked into. By the way, okay, Kim Iversen, she this woman, she report news, and actually she's a journalist. Okay, she's a good journalist. She report news about U.S. news. I like her. Okay, so she's like Tim Pool when Tim Pool was doing good. She actually report. Actually, she doesn't travel around, but no, actually she does research, a lot research. Okay, so I recommend her. She actually kind of commentary and analysis on news, current events. So I like Kim Iversen. She's not millennials though. She's like maybe 30 something. Anyway, and so I looked into a lot of YouTube stars. For example, another one, H3 Productions is another example. Okay, H3 Productions is another YouTube star. Okay, very popular. 1 million views, 2 million. I think he's got 1.4 million subscribers. Then he's got another channel that's 7 million. Yeah, 7 million subscribers. Very popular. So this guy H3, I started to know him about 3 years ago when I run into his interview. When I run into his interview of Boogie, there's another guy, Boogie, fat Boogie 13 something, number Boogie, a fat guy. You guys know, right? What's his name? Boogie. Anyway, Boogie's got interesting story. Boogie 2988. Okay, um, I like that guy. So anyway, I, the first time I learned about H3 Productions is back in like 2017 or so, when he's interviewing this guy, this very fat guy. This guy I respect. He's got very interesting story. This guy, this is what he looks like 6 years ago. Okay, 8 years ago. And then the boogie guy is talking about this feminist, okay, which is a scammer, which is a criminal, okay. Anyway, so 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 because I'm paying attention to this social justice phenomenon, I'm kind of studying them. I'm trying to studying them. So that's the first time. So Boogie talked about this feminist, and very good. I liked very much. So I started to. That's the first time I learned about the H3 guy. He's got an eyebrow problem. Like how they call that. There's something called. What's the name of that? It's a illness. You cannot control it. It's like sometimes he's got a problem of raising his eyebrow. What's the name, guys? Say it. Uh, and some people twitch their mouth or something. They cannot, or sometimes like you have to jerk around. That's a he anyway. He's got that problem. So H3. Then, but so I learned about him 3 years ago. Then I started gradually, like I started to learn more about him. Now I know kind of what he does. Again, it's kind of like no substance. Okay, these people, it's kind of like maybe you classify it as comedy. There's no substance. The way then he did, this year there's a girl who become extremely popular. This thought, what do you call thought? These teenagers, millennials, you have jargons. You have thought, you have all these jargons. Okay, so there's this girl from UK, an English girl who becomes widely popular. Okay, so let's go here. Let's see if we can find it. Okay, so you have to click on videos, highlights. Uh, so anyway, I think I've been talking too long. I think let's stop. What's the what is that girl, called Thought, that became the most popular, who is selling her bath waters 2 months ago? I'm sure I'm sure some of you know. So anyway, that's my opinion about millennials. Like, no substance. I get, I like this. So I mean, as a person, yeah, Belle Delphine, Belle Delphine. Thank you. She's become, actually. Let's look at. It would be fun to. I mean, since I'm doing video, I mean, you see, when you do video, you start to learn. Something. You learn something like you should do to. It's better. So people, it's better for your audience. Doesn't matter what you do. So when you talk about something, it's good to show what it looks like, because there are people who don't know. Okay, so as long as it's safe for work. So this girl, she, you know, yeah, millennials, they are kind of degenerate. Okay, they are degenerate, and also a lot of them are doing porn. Also, a lot of the social justice females, they are doing porn directly. They are doing the most degenerate porn, like BDSM or whatever. They are doing, actually. By day they are singing the songs of, oh, women, this Me Too or whatever. By night they are actually doing porn. Because I studied them. I know the fact. I'm not doing a video about it, so otherwise I would show you, this person or that person. So millennials, yeah, to me, millennials, they got problems. They lost. They kind of become these. So I don't know. Maybe that is the future. Okay, I think that's about it. So maybe I'm going to just answer questions. When it comes to YouTube, there's almost like infinite topic, because there are so many things. Right now I just focused on my opinion about millennial generation and the YouTube stars. But there are so many things when go to YouTube. There's so many things you can talk about. Like, so we can talk about another day. So the Boogie guy, very interesting guy, and he has changed. He's kind of changed. Stop. Okay. Wait. Oh, it went to another. I don't know who is that. So YouTube, actually, YouTube kind of today. YouTube is so popular. YouTube, you can see. It gives you can see all sort of persons, and many of them are really experts about something. They, I mean, like before YouTube, if you want to talk to an expert, maybe you go to a university, you talk to professors. But now they are on YouTube, so you have all sort of people, not necessarily professors, but they don't necessarily have a degree, but they are, nerds or something else. They know a lot about something. You can, all diverse, all kind of topics in the world. That's on YouTube. So okay, let me just. I hope I can spend 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 5 minutes, read the comments, answer them, and that's it for today. So not many comments. Okay, Bartholomew says, um, "You feel punched by Unix?" Yes. No. Okay. Yeah. And okay. The context is about. So I was talking about me being a schizoid, no emotions, but the question seems to be, so why do you get emotional about Unix? It's a show, okay? Let me tell you, Bartholomew. As a person, you are seeing me like this way. That's not, that's like 1% of me. And in fact, if you start to do YouTube, you will know it too. People can only see like 1% of you. Okay, I can act, in any way I want. About my emotion, like sometimes you see me get emotional, like fuck the Unix people. That is, I mean, like I said before, that's kind of controlled. I mean, on one hand, it's not cheating neither. It's not like I'm trying to prepare the script so that I will suddenly act, emotional when it comes to Unix. It's not like that either. But however, it's it's YouTube. For example, I can stop swearing if I want to. I just it's kind of part of your control. And in fact, this is true for the the TV stars, I mean the movie stars, you see them, or the anchors you see every day on news. Like if you watch news on TV, there are certain anchors, there are personalities. You become familiar with them. It's all controlled, okay? Like it. Like if you do video every day, you start to have certain personality, and it's within your control. It's different, okay? It's different from it's kind of okay. No, so it's not fake, okay? I'm not saying it's fake, okay? But it's kind of just a window to one part of you. That's it. That's it. The difference between Hannibal and real serial killers is that nobody is in reality is as intelligent as Hannibal. Yeah, well, yeah, because it's a fiction. They made it that way. So it's uh, banksters, yet they are truly creatures from without microgram of emotion. Uh, yeah, well, yeah, I have comments about that, but Mr. Robot shows the true face of bankers very accurately. Uh, yeah, you are right. We have to talk about that in detail, right? Because there are a lot of details are missing. So Bartholomew says one of my favorite parts is where they show how those creatures have wives only to show them off, like some expensive watch or something. No feeling involved at all, just in reality. What is that about? Did you watch any game channels? You should open your own university. Tim is smart enough to know what you just have to talk about controversial topics. Yeah, that's a lot of people doing that. I can do that. And the YouTube, YouTube, Google is actually driving part of it. Google, like I talked about this in my last week or so. Google, if you go to Google, they have all the metrics. Like they tell me how many people subscribed because you did that. You need to, and then you need to add cards to your videos. Like when you watch a video, when near the end, you pop up several things. Boxes you can click, things like that. All these. For example, all these people, they are for money. They, well, maybe not originally, but anyway, look at this. H3. All the you have to prepare. You have to prepare these icons. So that you get more clicks. That's what you have to do. Uh, so Nimble says, problem with being a machine is as a human is that you need to be conscious of exactly how the mind works to be able to modify its behavior. You can change a PC without knowing its behavior. Okay, we can talk about that. That's about that's about philosophy of AI or conscious. Next time. Bartholomew says one of my favorite parts is where they show how those creatures. Okay, we talked about that. Uh, Gaming channels. Okay. Centralism is worst extermination. So many attention to for a guy who is idiots. Do they deserve your prime time? Uh, let's do EMAC list. Okay, next day. Uh, Still alive. Okay, please stop with Lassie Green. What she does is that exact opposite of education. Ma was more philanthropic than Lassie. Lassie is a good person, at least. She began she began to become hated by the leftist social justice. Yeah, the social justice people are so evil because Lassie Green, the person, she has always been this kind of nice, kind of gentle girl, help people, kind of leftist, this mentality, help people, you know. But then she kind of became the target of the extreme left. They started to attack her because, uh, you know, so of course I do support Lassie. I don't just, I do support her. Uh, so Warlord says, could you please summarize why you decide to talk about all these people today? Uh, it just it just happened, but because Bartholomew asked me a question. So Bartholomew says, cat watching video for cats. Nice search there. Yeah, I did. Did you just mention it out of the blue? Because I noticed that there's a cat watching video for cats. Yeah, there are, there are certain, cats for TV. Normally, cats, they don't care about our TV. Whatever you show on TV, cats are not interested. But there are some things they will start to watch. They will start to watch the TV all the time. Basically, when you have a video of birds, birds, then cats will watch it. Like we watch TV. The cats will be attracted to it and watch TV all the time. That's, and there are people doing that. Cats TV. If you search that, you'll come up. Okay, that's it for today. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. Okay, click the bell button. Whatever, if you like my stuff, subscribe and stuff, and PayPal me. Okay, so that's it for today. Today is about YouTube people, YouTube stars, and millennials. My opinions about YouTube millennial stars. On the other hand, we haven't talked about Peter Jordanson and some of the other people. I mean, as a contrast, those are very interesting. Who's got substance? I have a wait, wait. Uh, I have a list of those people, people I consider who's got substance. And also there are also, people who doing math channels and physics, very good channels. Yeah, YouTube, infinite number of things to talk about. Bye, guys. Good morning, Justin. Bye.